Hey everybody, how's it going? It's Joe. Welcome back to another episode of the Inside Our Phillies podcast. The Phillies have won another series as they're continuing their hot streak. This is now the fourth straight series they won as they take two out of three from the Colorado Rockies, completing their season series. Started off rough Friday night, 9-11, 9-7, 11 inning loss. But they came back and resoundingly won Saturday and Sunday's games by a score of 9-3 and 6-0. And here to talk all about it, we have the co-host of this podcast, Jeremy, SJ Phil's fan. How are you doing, man?
Hello, Elmo's wide. I'm doing great. We have Elmo on our side now, which is better than Grimace. Grimace
Oh,
is so irrelevant.
it's much
Though
better than Grimace.
I do miss McDonald Land characters, but Elmo is greater than Grimace. But yeah, we won another series, but we skipped the A series because of scheduling.
Yes.
But we won that too, took 2 out of 3. So
True.
we have not lost a series since Big Don took over.
This is true. Before we get too into it, who is your favorite Sesame Street character?
Oof. I'm pretty sure I was basic and like Big Bird. I was more of a Barney kid.
Okay, there. I'm going with Kermit.
Well, okay. Well, if we're going to do that, then technically the Fanatic. I mean, Kermit was on Sesame Street, but the Fanatic is technically made by Jim Henson.
Okay, this is true. But we have Elmo on our side.
On the
Sesame Street will propel the Phillies to victory. Maybe. We'll see.
I mean, it'd be a great meme. Bring on the Elmo memes, people. Bring on the Elmo memes.
I need people dressed up as like Elmo for like a World Series game on Halloween. Red October about to turn into Red November. I need that in my veins. But let's kind of talk a little bit about the series. I think one of the big takeaways for me from this series, number one, Alec Boehm showed some life. He had a big game Saturday night, 2 home runs. He had another hit today. Do you believe that Alec Boehm has reformed himself, or do you think that this is like a little blip and he'll be back to the dump soon enough?
I mean, what did he do today?
He had an RBI on a single.
Yeah. Yeah, 1 for 3. Yeah, and a walk. Okay. Well, I need to see it another series. It's very hard to judge against the Rockies.
Yeah. That is true. And I think that that's kind of like the argument that is going to color a lot of our discussion today. Because while it is true that the Phillies have won 4 series in a row, those series have been against the Giants, the Marlins, the A's, and the Rockies. And I think you can argue, and I would argue, that the A's are a pretty good team, even though they did not have Langoliers for the majority of that series. But I want to see the Phillies beat some good teams before I'm fully willing to put myself back on the bandwagon.
Yeah, but it was very encouraging game 1 where we came back Crawford's first ever home run. So that was a hype moment. It's just a shame they couldn't do anything in the bottom of the 10th. They had it.
Yeah. That Colorado bullpen is bad. It reminds me a little bit of when we used to complain about how our bullpen would blow any lead that the offense created. And it felt good.
Other teams might complain that they're the worst bullpen, but we statistically had the worst bullpen in history for a couple of years.
Yeah. No, 20 and 21, those were not good times to be on the Phillies bullpen. But I'm with you. That was like a moment with Crawford. And, I think that that's something that, we're going to remember for a long time. And I think that that's great. Now, I know later in this podcast, we're going to be going and kind of ranking all of the players on a tier list in terms of how we feel about them going, into the rest of this season. Now that we are somehow already about a quarter of the way done the season. But are you more on the side of like waiting and seeing with this team until they play a better team like I am, or are you kind of fully back on the bandwagon already?
No, I need to see them it's good that they win, but uh, yeah, I need to see someone other than the Rockies. And because against the A's, we came back uh for late and won, but then we got shut out again. So uh, yeah, I need to see another one. Like we
Yeah,
play, yeah, the Reds. I mean, play the Red Sox next. So
they're not good either.
no. Uh, and then we play the Pirates. Yeah, if we can beat the Pirates, I will. Yeah, I will. I will be on it.
We're almost to the end of like this super soft stretch to the schedule. Red Sox are not great, but as you mentioned, after that we have the Pirates, who are fourth in the NL Central, but have 4 games above 500 record. Then we have the Reds, who are in last place in the NL Central, but still are 3 games above 500. Crazy how that works out. Then we have the Guardians, who are fine. But probably similar to the A's in terms of not being offensively bad, not being great. And then we have Padres, Dodgers, Padres. So I think that when we're towards the end of that stretch at the end of May, I think we're going to have a much better view of this team because they did not look good against the Braves and the Cubs. Now, the Braves and the Cubs might be two of the better teams in all of baseball. Um, but you do have to beat those teams at least a little bit, and I want to
Yes.
see a better stretch against that stretch of better teams the Phillies have coming up.
Yeah. And it's just hilarious how the Mets keep losing and they don't have a fire Mendoza. They're 10 games under still.
I mean, at some point, I don't know if it's like a cost thing for the Mets, which I know sounds crazy with Cohen, but it's like, do they not want to sink more money into another manager on a team that is probably fucked regardless? Like
Yeah, but
the
you just
Met,
go the interim route. Like you just promote. You don't give someone a raise. This is last year of the contract for Mendoza, so it's not like you're really paying someone new.
I
And
always
then they
figured
turn it
that
around.
I always
Yeah.
figured the interim got paid more once they got declared the interim, but maybe you're right. You might be. Um, but no, the Mets and the Phillies have diverged a little bit. And to the Phillies'
Yeah.
credit, they have done what they have had to do against these bad teams, right? As they sit now, they're 19 and 22. They are still 3 games under 500. That is a lot better than 10 under 500, right? They are now 10 and 3 over their last 13 games. I think that it is important to stay grounded and stay positive because they have done a lot of work in at least digging out of the hole that they found themselves in.
No, if you told me we're like 3 games under 500 point of the year, I would have believed you. Like that would be possible.
Yeah. Yeah. I did not see this coming once the Phillies were 9 and 19.
Yeah.
I kind of thought that they were going to torpedo. And even though these were worse teams that they were going against, maybe instead of going 10 and 3, they went, I don't know, like 7 and 6 in that stretch. And they're sitting at like 16 and 25 or something like that. And you're still pretty fucked in that case. Um, which I think is a good thing that the organization did, right? Like they knew they had to move on from Thompson. I think you can disagree with the way they handled it, the core side of it, whatever. But it was good planning by them to get Mattingly installed for this soft spot.
Yeah. 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 Just the little things he's done seem to have made the guys refocus and just a different voice.
Yeah, from what I
Yeah.
understand about how you've been viewing the team, you've definitely been on the side of Mattingly making probably a bigger difference than most people think, right?
Well, yeah, it's just like I think the team respected Thompson. They liked Thompson, but it is different when Don Mattingly is telling you things. No one could deny that. He's Don fucking Mattingly.
Yeah. No. Um, it's kind of like the Castellanos argument, right? Like Castellanos wouldn't listen to Rob Thompson because Rob Thompson didn't do it. And I think for the most part, I disagree with that argument because I think more than anything, players have to respect the manager, and I think the players liked Rob Thompson a lot, but I don't think they respected him. And if he was, a player, that's one way that you can respect a manager. But if you're a little tougher and, the players know that you're not going to be able to get away with things, I think that's like the alternative route to um, players kind of, they can like you still, but respecting at the same time.
Well, I think Castellanos didn't listen to things because they didn't respect Long and Thompson. But I think like the things that were optional under Thompson, like they didn't do it because like that reason. But I think if Thompson said to do things, they would take more into account. I think Castellanos truly disrespected Thompson and Long completely.
By the little things, you're talking about like PFPs and that kind of
Yeah,
stuff, bunting
yeah,
practice.
bunting practice. Yeah, just drills. Like because Thompson made it optional, Manley made it mandatory, and so no one's going to argue with Mattingly coming in and being like, okay, we're doing this now.
Yeah. Yeah.
And of course, just Harper's quote about Thompson, like they were just waiting for the shoe to drop, which is insane because that really was like a week. So it just sounds like they didn't give up on Thompson per se, but they just gave up on
Like,
themselves. It's like
sure. I
like
mean,
yeah, because yeah, they didn't want Thompson fired, but they just it's a weird. It's like the team just they seem to have given up under Thompson, but they didn't want Thompson. It's a weird scenario.
you can look at that in a couple ways, right? Like, I think some of that blame goes on Thompson for maybe not managing things well as like a people manager, right? Because that's at the end of the day, a lot of what a manager does. They manage people. But at the same time, players have to be able to be motivated themselves, right? Like, a manager usually some kind of old guy. Is he the guy that's like firing up the team, or does the fire come from within the team? And I don't know if the Phillies have that kind of fire. It's I think what people hoped Castellanos would be, but Harper's not the kind of guy that's gonna I think be a loud vocal leader. I think Schwarber is a leader in terms of being able to help younger players when they're down, getting through it, all that kind of stuff. But I don't think Kyle Schwarber is a fiery player, and I think that fire is something that the Phillies are missing because that's how you create that internal energy. So maybe they require a manager that is different. And maybe Mattingly is a little bit different than Rob Thompson, and it's helping the team. But I do think the team should have been motivated enough to be able to play good baseball, even though the status of their manager was in flux.
Yeah, yeah, I agree with you fully.
So it's tough, right? It's tough. So let's kind of transition. We can reference all kinds of things that happened in this past series when we're doing this, but we're going to go through the whole roster here. We're going to go one by one, saying how do we feel about these guys, and we have a tier list that we're going to talk about it. In terms of, we have 6 tiers. We have the S tier. I'd let him babysit my playoff hopes tier. We have the A tier, steady hands. We have the B tier, mostly fine, occasionally haunted. We have the C tier, matchup merchant, your platoon guy. The D tier, bad vibes department, and then your F tier, baseball terrorism. So this is going to be how we're feeling about these players for the rest of the season. So more predictive instead of reactive. So we'll go one by one. We'll start with you, Jeremy. Kyle Schwarber.
Yeah, I let him babysit my playoff hopes.
Any explanation why?
He's Kyle fucking Schwarber. OPS over 900 right now. Like besides that weird A's series where it's the reason you couldn't hit, he's back to mashing.
Yep. He had that weird stretch where he struck out 8 times in a row, but I don't think anybody is looking at Kyle Schwarber and not trusting him. So I'm totally with you there. Next up, we have Felix Reyes. I'm gonna go D tier, bad vibes department, right? Like I can't be too harsh on him because like he's Felix Reyes. Like he kind of had like this meteoric rise, and I don't think we were going into the year expecting anything out of him. But at the same time, he's like pretty clearly not major league ready. He had that good moment against Chris Sale, but I wouldn't be surprised if he was not long for the major league team.
Yeah, yeah, that was a desperation move, and I really think they're hurting him now. The same we think with Kemp, like they say they want to play these right-handed guys in platoon, but they just don't play them. And so, yeah, Reyes has been given plenty of time. Like first taste, he needs to go back down and work on stuff.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, he could be a productive bench guy with time. He's a little older prospect, right? He's 25, but
No, he's
um,
not 25.
he's 25.
Oh, he is 25. Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but so what? He could be like a couple guys that come up at MASH like later.
Sure. Mike Yastrzemski is one of those guys that, came up later into his 20s and has been a productive player now
I mean,
pretty late into his
Brandon
30s.
Moss.
Sure. It's a good
Yeah,
call out. I like it. Next one for you, Brandon Marsh.
steady hands.
Why?
He's been one of the most consistent players all year. I mean, he had a little bit of a slump during like the 10-game losing streak, but my boy is mashing. He hit 4 for 4 today, or 4 hits. I don't know if it was 4 for 4. It might be like 4 for 5.
Sure.
Yeah,
I
he went 4 for yeah, he went 4 for 4. He's banging 353, 893 OPS. Yeah,
Brandon Marsh to me, I think I'm with you. Steady hands, A tier, but he's pretty close to S tier for me. Um,
oh, he is. He's close to S tier, but we've seen at times when that high fastball is just like he did. Yeah, I mean,
I th-
to put in perspective of how underrated Marsh is, let me find that stat.
the reason why
Uh,
to me is you're finding that I would not put him in S tier is because he is surprisingly not grading out great in left field. Overall this year, he has 0 outs above average. He's pretty much a league average defender. But I was personally hoping for much above average left field defense. That's what I would have thought. And instead, he's been fine in left, but hasn't been a difference maker out there. So that's what would hold him back for me. Even though his bat, alongside the platoon, you gotta love it.
I mean, gets left-handed pitching. I mean, he's not slugging against them, only 680 OPS, but he's batting a 286 against them, which is fine. That's good.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, one thing that
And that,
stuck out to me yesterday there is Freeland. He's a lefty. Marsh is a lefty. Third at bat of the game for Marsh. He doesn't do a ton at the ball, but he puts enough power into it to hit a sac fly. And at the time, that
yeah,
was a pretty important run, and that I think was exactly what you need to see for Marsh against the lefty.
yeah. I mean, here's the top 5 highest career BAT BIPs since 1901 with a minimum 2,000 plate appearances. Number 5, Rod Carew, 359. Who's Joe Jackson, number 4, 365. Roger Ormsby, 4th at 365. Brendan Marsh at number 2 at 373, and Ty Cobb number 1 at 380. Marsh could legitimately be a star if he can cut down on his strikeouts.
Yeah, that's always been the thing with him, right? Like at this point, I don't really expect him to cut back on the strikeouts. Like I think he is who he is, but he is still a very valuable player nonetheless.
Yeah, I mean, even on his outs when he makes contact, like they're like at 92 miles per hour minimum. It's like the dude can hit. So I always just thought it was so insane. I'll say, oh, like Marsh is part of the problem. Marsh is not part of the problem.
Sure. Yeah. No, I've always been on your side there. Um, the next one we have on this list is Phillies Garcia. For me, I think he is C tier matchup merchant. Like, I think more or less he's been exactly what we were expecting out of him, right? Like he has his moments that he hammers a ball or that he makes a nice catch in right field. I think today he had a great catch in Sanchez's last pitch of the game, then the 7th inning. But there's also moments where he looks like he just doesn't know what he's doing at the plate. And I think he's a lot better than like these other 1-year signings the Phillies have made to try to patch the outfield over the years. But he's not a world beater at the same time.
Yeah, no, I would agree with that. Last 7 days, OPS 824 before today's game when he went 0 for 4. So yeah, he's been hovering around like 700 OPS the whole year, which is good. But his defense has been a godsend. Uh,
Yeah.
yeah, matchup. Yeah, like when he makes contact, the ball gets hit hard. He's had some bad luck, but yeah, like a C tier is definitely where I put him.
Nice. Next one for you. Finish off the outfielders of this team. Jay Craw, Justin Crawford.
Uh, no, I'm giving him an A, steady hands. He's exactly what we've expected him to be.
I I don't know.
He's been
I want
also
you to
better. His
guess.
OPS is 741.
What do you think his baseball reference WAR is? Don't look it up. Just tell me what you think.
I mean, I know it was like slightly negative, so maybe it's 0 over 0.1 now.
It's negative 0.2 still.
Yeah.
Um,
Okay.
Now, most of that is because he is grading out as one of the worst defensive players in all of baseball. And to be honest with you, I think you can kind of start to tell now that he is really not good in center field. But the bat has been encouraging. I don't know if it's been sustainable, but the results have been good. But if I'm trying to be predictive and look forward to the rest of the season, I don't see how his center field defense magically gets fixed before the rest of the season. But I do think we're going to see some regression at the plate. So to me, I would probably personally have him in the D tier, bad vibes department, even though he does seem like he has good vibes. I don't think that this is sustainable.
I'm giving hope that like the more like he plays center field in the minors, but for some reason they didn't really work with him on center field in the minors, like with a true like. So
So
I'm just hoping
stupid.
now, yeah. So I'm just hoping like more experience. He's made some really good plays out there, so I think he can. I think he's just he's learned. Jesus, I don't know if anyone heard that. My cat just got mad at me.
I did hear that.
Yeah,
But
I didn't even touch you.
have you seen his Savant page?
Let me look at it right now.
It is rough. It is deep blue for a majority of or at least half of the categories.
Oh yeah. Yep.
We have
Yeah.
fourth
Yep.
percentile barrel, ninth percentage chase percentage, 10th percentile X slug, 17th percentile X woba, fifth percentile also above average defensively. Yeah,
Yeah. Right. Yeah, I think the range can be improved with experience. His arm strength is great. Arm value. What the hell is arm value versus arm strength?
I guess this includes like the accuracy of throws, like if you're on target, not just how hard do you throw the ball.
What's the uh
They're always putting out new stats on Baseball Savant. You gotta love it.
uh so it's the measure of he runs up the field prevents with their throwing arm. So his arm strength isn't good, but he's able to make the right decision.
Yeah, I guess like his throwing on target, right? Like if you're
Yeah.
wildly overthrowing somebody, that's going to be a strong arm, but it's not going to be a valuable arm, right? So I think that's where that comes from. But I don't know. I think Justin Crawford finishes the year hitting something like 240, 245. And hopefully his defense will get a little bit
If
better.
Rojas can bat to like really well his rookie year, so can Crawford.
I hope so, man. I hope so. Next one that I have, Trey Turner. Yikes. I didn't want to talk about Trey Turner, but I guess I have to. Trey Turner is struggling. He's been a little bit better over his last 7 days. He's got 8 hits for his last 33 at bats. So that's not even great, right? That's not even hitting 250. Trey Turner is another guy that when you look at the baseball reference more, it's not where you think it's going to be. He is worth negative 0.1 baseball reference WAR to this point, a quarter of the way through the season. Compared to what we expected so far, it's been F tier. It's been baseball terrorism out of Trey Turner. I don't think he's going to be that bad for the rest of the season, but I also kind of don't think he's going to be great. I think he's going to be a C tier average shortstop the rest of the way. And so I have him in C tier for for this part on the list.
I mean, I would put him at D. But, like, I don't think he's a baseball terrorist, but his vibes are just not. The vibes are not immaculate, and like he needs to get over with it. Whatever bull crap's in his head, he needs to start bunting.
This is the contract that's going to like kill the Phillies the most. Like people have been
Yes.
talking a lot about the Nola one, but the Turner contract is I think a step or two worse than the Nola contract even.
Yeah.
Now, next one for you, Stotty.
Oh, baseball terrorism.
Really? You have Bryson Stott in F tier?
Yeah.
Why? Explain.
Actually, because he's been better. He's up to 623. Wait, let me just check some stats.
He's another guy that you look at the baseball reference page and it is ugly, right? Like he is negative 0.4 baseball reference for. Um, but I don't want to take over your guy, so I'll leave it to you.
Yeah,
But I
yeah. No, you just look at his bat speed's still crap. He can't hit the sweet spot. He's not hitting the ball hard. It's just 50% barrel percentage is not hitting great. Uh, like 12% batting run value. So I mean, base running and fielding wise, he's great. But it's I mean, no fault of his own. They just took forever like, to move him from the spot, but he was just always coming up, and he always feels like he's coming up big spots. And just outside the Marlins series, he's done nothing. Yeah, just compare like what he was doing last year at the end of the year.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he's just popping up the ball again like crazy.
Yeah, looking at everything, it is worse than I thought. I don't think I'd put him in baseball terrorism tier. I think I'd put him in D tier. But we're kind of close enough at that point. Next one for me, Edmundo Sosa. Edmundo Sosa is a guy that I completely disagree with the common sentiment on Edmundo Sosa. All the time we hear people say, you can't play him all the time. He is going to be overexposed and then he's going to turn bad. And I just don't know how much I believe in that narrative. Is he a world beater? No. but you look at his baseball savant page, and there are real metrics that we've seen improvement on. He is not striking out nearly as much as he has in the past. His expected batting average is bright red. His ex-WOBA is above average as well. He has had good defense still, even though he's made a lot of pretty terrible plays. He makes up for that with the fact that he makes plays that are not routine for most players look routine. And for me, Edmundo Sosa is B tier. He is mostly fine, and I still believe in my core that if he was given an everyday opportunity, he would be an average, maybe slightly above average starter, right? This is a guy that has so much more power than people give credit for. He had that 3 home run game last year. I love Edmundo Sosa, and I wish that he got more playing time.
Uh, I would go with mostly fine, occasionally haunted. Just yeah, he has his moments, but it just whenever he gets played a lot of playing time, he gets exposed.
But does he?
Eh,
Like last 2 years, he had 2.2 WAR in 90 games and 2.3 in 89 games. So we're looking at like a 162 game clip over 162 games for WAR, right? And that is a really good baseball player. And this is including stretches where people are saying he's been overexposed, whatever. I just don't believe that personally.
Well, like let's see, in 2024, he had OPS over 900 in after May, but in June 562, 639, decent month of in August 756, then 450 the rest of the year. In 2025, 682, 895, 682, 895, 54. Oh, well, that's the wrong month. 842, 638, 648, 800, 763, 967. So, yeah, maybe. So when he has when he has like the small amount of bats per month, he does better.
I
So
just want somebody to present me with the stat where it's like Edmundo Sosa, any week in which he plays at least 5 times, his OPS is 100 points below, when he's playing less. Like I want to be presented a stat like that to believe in the narrative that he is not a good player when he plays more often. And at this point, even though I've heard so many people say that stat, that he, the claim that he is bad with more playing time, nobody has actually said any proof that makes me believe that.
Yeah. Fair. Fair. Hmm. I don't know. I don't know. But I wouldn't be opposed to him being a lot of playing time, especially if Bohm just he doesn't improve.
Sure.
So yeah, I'm not opposed. I mean, I wouldn't mind like okay if someone gets out like oh crap, like, yeah, we have Sosa.
And we'll
But I
probably
still
know
put him
soon
in D tier.
enough. And Mundo Sosa's probably going to not be on the Phillies next year, right? He's a free agent after this year. He's going to be able
Oh
to
yeah,
start somewhere. Some team's going to want him to start.
yeah.
We'll know. We'll know a year from now, probably. Um, but you mentioned Bohm. Why don't you take Alec Bohm and put him on your tier list?
Oh, I mean, he's been baseball terrorist.
Yeah,
Even take it away past as opposed take out yesterday. That was the only time he's ever an opening day. So yeah, but he'd been terrible, absolutely terrible. Just could not could not hit, could not hit. I just have never seen someone that bad.
yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, could not expect a worse start to the year from Bowman than what we got. Like this, yeah.
I'm with you. It was a good game yesterday, but I don't really believe that's who he's going to be the rest of the year. And I don't want to take a ton of time talking about Alec Bohm. This isn't a surprise, but his defense has been good this year. His swing decisions have been good. He's striking out less, walking more, but he just had such bad contact quality that he, in my opinion, he's got to be an F tier for the rest of the year. Next one, we have Bryce Harper. Bryce Harper to me, is he S tier? Is he A tier? I think I'm gonna go with S tier. Like Bryce Harper looks really good offensively again. You look at his Savant page, 97th percentile X WOBA, 96th percentile X Slug. He is walking so much more. The defense sucks. The defense is like really bad at first base now. But I think the offense and the power, he's 10 home runs already, on pace for 40 this year. He's got to be S tier. I'd let him babysit my playoff hopes.
You have to. I mean, he's Bryce Harper. That's his job.
Yeah. I was not expecting it coming into this season, but he
I expected like an 800, 820, 850 OPS, which he
yeah,
could still very well end up that way. But yeah, like a couple that one game we won 1-0 against Miami, home solo home, and we broke up the game. We broke out bigger, but we're against the A's, but we're still only winning 1-0 because of first Harper solo home run. So he's by definition carrying us.
yeah, yeah. Man is an OPS plus of 154. Next one, Garrett Stubbs. Garrett Stubbs to me, it feels weird putting him in like D tier, bad vibes department, but like Garrett Stubbs is not a guy that should be your utility man. And at this point, he is, right? Like he got to start in the outfield not too long ago. He's willing and able to play third base, probably second base too. He's like the third string catcher. It's weird. Like if he was on the team to be a backup catcher, he would probably be at least C tier. Like I think he's a perfectly fine backup catcher. But as a utility guy, I think he's a pretty bad utility guy, and I'm putting him in D tier.
Well, see, that's the thing. Like, I think he should be the backup catcher, and they need to get rid of Marchand. So it's not really his fault.
I agree. I think that he should also be the backup catcher. But as a utility guy, which I guess Stubbs is now, do you agree with the D tier, or would you put him somewhere else?
I put him at C tier just because it's not his fault. He's thrust into this stupid position when they should get rid of Marchand.
I'll let you talk about Marchand now. I know he's your guy. So
Oh my god, no. Yeah, yeah.
where's he in your tier
F.
list?
Like what? Yeah, I'll give him the Z tier. He's beyond baseball terrorist.
Well,
He's he's a universal threat.
Oh man. Explain.
The E the ERAs that Marshawn has had caught with have just been terrible. Every pitcher. Uh, yeah, he can't hit. It's times when it's 3-2, and like I forgot what game it was, but I don't remember if we ended up winning. But it was 3-2, bases loaded, 1 out. It was a strike, but he swung. It was a little play. It was just like I would not have given him any kind of line. No, like you're taking it no matter what.
Yeah.
So
Uh,
it's just I know, like people were saying, "Oh, Marshawn's better." Like in the discourse, people saying, "Oh, he's better than Stubbs could be a worse batting average than Marshawn." Stubbs would literally have to go 0 for the rest of the year to match in a play period to match Marshawn. He's already had as many hits as Marshawn's had all year.
Marshawn might as well have like a pencil when he goes up there to the plate. I
Yeah,
think he's
yeah.
got to be F tier.
Well, yeah. Well, just other like these uh other pitchers have way better numbers, but Marshawn. I mean, Painter with Marshawn has an ERA of 8.53 compared to 5.0 with JT. That's a big difference.
Sure.
And just Nobles is like 8 with Marshawn. It's relievers are terrible with so I don't know what it is with Marshawn, but pitchers do the worst with him.
Yeah, I'm with you. I'm kind of tired of like the argument. Like, you hear people like to argue that Marshawn is like a good defensive catcher, and that's just not what I see. So I'm with you there. But anyways, next one we have is JT. JT to me is C tier, right? Like I think that it's definitely better with JT being healthy than him being hurt. Um, but I just haven't seen a ton of charge in his bat this year. Maybe that's because he has like 14th percentile barrel percentage, below average xWOBA, xSlug. But he's a catcher, and I think he still provides pretty good defensive value. He knows how to run the staff. So to me, he's probably somewhere around a league average, maybe slightly above average catcher at this point. So I'd have him in C tier. If there was a C plus tier, that's probably where I'd put him.
Yeah, like we're praying for like a 700 OPS at all 3 years going forward.
Sure. Yeah.
uh, just yeah, he's been better than I expected. He's not striking out so terribly like he was last year. So yeah, and I mean, catchers in general this year have been pretty bad. So
Yeah. Nope. You're spot on. Next one for you, Wheels. Where is he in your predictions for the rest of the year? How do you think he's gonna look?
he's A to S. Steady hands. Like his offbeat stuff has been amazing, but I wanted to see what the fastball does going forward. Is it gonna speed what it is now, which would be okay, but is it gonna get worse as he gets more tired because didn't get the full normal off season? So that's really. But I want like if he continues what he's doing, obviously S.
Yeah.
But yeah.
No, I'm with you. I have been very encouraged. Like he's been so much better than I think either of us were expecting. Fastball is definitely a couple ticks slower than it used to be, averaging 94.3 on the season so far. But despite that, he has looked excellent in his 3 games: 92nd percentile xERA, 93rd percentile expected batting average, 94th percentile hard hit percentage. Like I think he is still a really good pitcher. He might not be like a 2.5 guy anymore. I think that what we're seeing now in like the low threes is probably who he is with a fastball that is not as elite as it used to be, but that is still a really good pitcher. And it does turn out that having Zach Wheeler pitch every 5th day instead of Taijuan Walker is a good thing for the team.
Yeah.
Next
Yeah.
one. Sorry, were we gonna finish off with
No,
Wheeler?
no. It's just he's been. It's no coincidence pitching staff seemed to have calmed down when Wheeler was back in the building.
Yeah. Yep. Next one for me is Chase Sugar. To me, like I think this is number one, emblematic of something the Phillies did well in the offseason in terms of getting more guys in the bullpen, especially guys they could churn, right? Like we've seen them kind of call up these guys who have not been bad when the bullpen has gotten hurt with Lazar, Bolin, Duran, and like Sugar has done his job. His ERA for the year is 198, but this is a predictive tier list for the rest of the season, and I don't know, nothing jumps off the page with Chase Sugar, and I think he's a perfectly fine guy if he's one of the last guys you have in your bullpen, seventh, eighth option. So I think he's a C in terms of what I would expect for the rest of the season.
S tier.
You're a big Sugar guy.
He's my yeah. ERA plus of 224. S tier.
And apparently the pronunciation, I've been trying to remind myself, apparently it's like sugared.
Yeah, it's
Like
Sugart.
yeah, it's
Sugar.
I have to relearn that myself. It's like sugar to sugared. Very weird.
Yeah, but he's going to be he's going to be the guy who's going to do great this year. They're going to trust him. Next year is going to be terrible. Mark my words.
Yeah. No, I actually, it's a good. I could totally see that. Next one for you. The way that this list is out, you're getting some exciting pitchers. Chris Sanchez is your next guy.
Oh, I mean, S tier. You kind of have to. You have to. I baby some of my playoff hopes in him. What other choice do we have? He's Sanchez.
Oh man, he is actually like unbeatable at home. Like I don't really believe in like this is a home guy, whatever. But it is like remarkable how he looks at home, and it is like a sight to behold. And it is the safest that a lead can feel is when you have a lead and Sanchez is on the mound at home, especially.
Yeah.
Easy. He's like the easiest guy to talk about because like he's an easy S tier, right?
Yeah.
Next one for me is Andrew Painter. Andrew Painter to me, F tier. I'm gonna be honest. I think Andrew Painter is really really bad right now. I know before the season I caught a lot of flack for saying that his ERA would be in the sixes. Here we are, and it's 6.89. And I wouldn't be surprised if he stayed that way, right? Like I don't see it with him right now. The peripherals are also not good. At this point, he's even gotten a few more whiffs. It's just that the fastball gets killed. And if you don't have a good fastball and you're throwing the off-speed stuff over and over and over again, that starts to get killed as well, right? Like his breaking ball is 17th percentile so far, according to Savant, and his fastball 13th percentile. That is a very bad pitcher. And I don't think it's going to get that much better this year. Hopefully it does, in 27 and years beyond, but he is bad.
Uh, yeah, I'm putting him in the bad vibes department. He's a rookie. He can't be pistol. It's not his fault. The team really had no back. They didn't account for Walker being absolutely garbage. It was obvious it was going to be.
Sure.
So, not his fault.
He is better than Taiwan Walker. I'll give him credit for that.
Yeah, but I'd say like if you look up Cole Hamels' first few months, it was kind of similar.
Yeah, I don't know. I just the stuff. I feel like you can go back and look at the Hamels clips for when he was younger, and you can be like, I still see it with Painter. If I'm being honest, don't.
Yeah, I know, but like if you option him, who's going to start?
Exactly. You don't have a choice, and I think he
No.
has to get used to the major leagues, right? Like,
Yeah.
if he's your fifth starter, whatever, right? Like you can take it, but
Well, it's just like I would be fine like giving a few starts in the minors, you guys straight, but like who would replace him? Literally no one.
sure. Yeah, I mean, you're not calling up like Alan Ron Hill to be your fifth starter.
No, it'd be worse.
Um, so I don't blame the Phillies for just handing him the fifth spot because he has to at some point sink or swim. But I don't know. The games do matter, right? Like the Phillies are not having some
Yeah.
kind of crazy start to the year, and at some point you might have to prioritize winning games with the core that's getting older. So we'll see. But next up for you, Aaron Nola.
Oof. Yeah, D, bad vibes department.
Explain yourself.
Yeah, he's not as bad as last year, but you just don't trust him. And so whenever someone gets on, you're like, oh, he's gonna blow up. And so it's the vibes are just bad when he's in.
Yeah, yeah. I came into this year with really high hopes for Aaron
We all
Nola. I
did.
thought we were going to get one more like vintage Nola season, and I don't think that's going to happen at this point. I think what tells the story to me is that he's throwing his fastball a little bit harder, though still not that hard, and it is still a first percentile fastball according to
Yeah,
Baseball Savant. It is a really
yeah,
bad pitch. Um, I think that he is still a little bit better than he's been. Like maybe he's a 4 or 5 guy the rest of the way instead of
but
a
his FIP is 4.27, which if he can get to that, I would take that all the time for the rest of the contract.
yeah. And that's why I think I'm closer to a C for Nola, but I see where you're coming from at the same time. All right, next up for me, we have Tim Meza. Tim Meza is been okay. Like he had a couple games there where he got shelled. I don't trust him, if I'm being perfectly honest. Like I think that we have to kind of rely on Tanner Banks to figure things out because otherwise Meza is going up the depth chart, and I don't really want him to. I don't trust him to, but I don't think he's a disaster. I think he's a like perfectly fine third option if he's your third option as a lefty, which I think he is right now. So just C tier. I think he's fine.
Yeah, yep, yep.
Next one for you to talk about, the Jesus Lizard, Jesus Luzardo. This is an interesting one.
He's B B tier, but mostly fine, occasionally haunted. I think it's perfectly. His starts are either dominant or cursed.
Yeah. Have you seen his Savant page?
It's all red.
It's so red. It's like deep red.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. He's mostly fine, but occasionally haunted.
Yeah. Do you believe like I know there's been a lot of people talking about like tipping, why is he struggling so much with runners on base?
I
Or
don't think it's tipping. I just think the sequencing is bad.
sure. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when he mixes in his off speed stuff correctly, they are not able to tell us. But it just feels like they're not know what's coming. They just know like, oh, it's this count. He's gonna throw this. It's not tipping. That's
Yeah.
sequencing.
Yeah. I think that's fair. I think to me, I'd have an A because right now you're combining a guy that has top 10% in MLB in terms of lowest exit velocity for a pitcher, allowing top 10 in the hard hit rate, not allowing many balls to get hit hard, lines up with the exit velocity, and a top 10th percentile in strikeout percentage. To me, even though it's really weird how the results have not been there, I have to trust the peripheral stats, and I have him in the
Yeah,
A tier still.
yeah, positive regression. Yeah, they got top. Yeah, I just, I'm just like, would you risk balls going over outfielder's head, play in for like a couple starts to see what happens?
Right. I think he might be the guy that's been hurt the most by the defense on this team.
Yeah,
It just looks. Next one, for me, we have Ryan Kirkering. Ryan Kirkering has been weird. Um, he's been good, right? Like CRA is 1.8. I think that is something that any of us would take, especially when he has seemingly kind of gone down the depth chart quite a bit. And he also has a good Savant page in some respects. Like his xERA is also in the ones, but he's also not allowing a lot of ground balls. He's allowing a lot of balls in the air. He is not striking a lot of guys out. So, like, what do I make of a guy that is been good but is allowing fly balls at like a really really high rate? And to me, I think that I expect some regression, and I would put Kirkering in C tier.
yeah. Let me just. Come on. Okay, let's go. Matt Strom had like worse ground ball rates, so it's possible. So and he had success too. So it just matters when you give up. So fly balls don't have to mean home runs.
Sure. He
And
is kind of
honestly, yeah,
like the righty version of Strom, right? That's a good call out.
yeah, just I feel when they hit ground balls, they're they're hit hard. Like they hit ground balls harder against Kirkering than fly balls.
Yeah. Yeah. That's fair. Next one for you, Brad Keller.
Oh, phew. Oh man, I don't know. I don't know if I look if while I'm talking about this, if I look up all of Brad Keller's previous Avant pages, I think we got we fell for the bait of one outlier year from a reliever pitcher, whatever. Uh, yeah, I think he's going to be D to F tier the rest of the way. He's not inspire confidence. He cannot throw strikes. It looks just like the rest of his career prior to last year. I think we got hosed.
It looks like he gets
Not great.
rattled, doesn't it? Like he looks like he gets really caught up in like the negative emotions sometimes when pitching.
It's just like he can't throw the fastball anywhere close to the zone.
It's not great. I'd have him in D, so I'm with you.
Uh, yeah, Mhm. yeah, yeah. Everything was like 99% last year, and yeah, I don't fire confidence from him, and I cannot stand relievers coming in and being incapable of throwing a strike. Like
Yeah.
if you can't throw it down the middle, what are you doing?
Nope. You're spot on. Next one for me, Joe Duran. It's a weird one. He looks a lot different than he has in prior years. His strikeout percentage is up massively compared to where it's been. It's up 7% compared to 6%, 7% compared to where it has been. But he's also walking more guys. His K percentage has gone up a couple percent from 6.6 to 8.8. That's notable. His hard hit percentage is bad. He is currently having a hard hit percentage of 50%, which is not what you like to see out of a closer. Though a lot of that is on the ground, which is what we've seen out of him before, so that makes sense. And overall, I think that combines for a fine closer, but not an elite one. And I think that would have me put him in B tier.
I mean, I'll just to his walk rate. Those were literally all in that one game against the A's. He's had 3 walks all year, all in that one game. His first game back in
Yeah,
about a month. So other than that, he's literally not walked anyone.
yeah. I
So
mean, you can't discount that though. That is a game that happened. Like
yeah, but severe rust, big lead, motions are different.
sure,
Closer bullcrap. But yeah, but you said walk rate, not strike percentage.
sure. Yeah,
And
you're
I
right.
remember, yeah, and then like they were talking about the offseason, they were working on some of his pitches stuff. So the strikeout it seemed that's why. So they were just tuning some things. So I mean, just the way we are cursed as a franchise, I would be B tier, mostly fine, occasionally haunted.
Fair. Does sound actually perfectly right. Mostly fine, occasionally haunted. Um, the biggest concern to me is the hard hit balls. But next up for you, Jonathan Dolan.
Eh, I mean, matchup merchant, I guess. See, like, like I didn't care about him. Like people, like I know, like the high hopes guys were hyped on him when the trade happened, but I was just like, Strom's gone. That's fine by me. I didn't really care if he made the team or not. Bowling, so I don't really care moving forward as long as they're not garbage.
Yeah, I'm with you. next for me, Tanner Banks, and for me, Tanner Banks is bordering on F tier baseball terrorist.
Yeah.
His WHIP is above 2 this year. His WHIP is 2.1. Um, I think this guy is bad. And I have real concerns about him being what seems like the second option for the Phillies, left-handed. And I think it's something that the Phillies are probably going to end up having to address at the trade deadline if they're in the position to buy.
Yeah. 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 No, again, like I said again, he can't come out in the bullpen and not throw strikes.
Yeah. What do you make of Banks without the mustache?
I haven't been able to see it because of the Colorado. Oh God,
Oh
that's
yeah,
weird.
you're blacked out of the Rockies games. Yeah,
Yeah.
there. You'll have to look it up. It's a different look. I don't mind it. I know some people online have been like questioning his decision, but I think it looks fine. Um, Now we'll wrap it up with you. You got the last one, Jose Alvarado.
Oh, baseball terrorist.
Okay,
Yeah.
explain.
When the R strikes, they're down the middle. His fastball has enough life to it where he's getting away with it, but he does not. I have not. This is like when he first came over, kind of distrust. I think he's just cooked.
Have you seen his Savant page?
Let me look.
Because I'm with you. The eye test looks bad for Alvarado.
Holy crap!
Exactly. The Savant page is so bright red that it has me thinking that he might actually be pretty good, even though that like at the eye test does not tell me
Well, the
that.
whip is a little bit close to two, so like it's
I
one.
know.
Yeah, so yeah, so he's yeah. Fine, if he could if he could get his control down, then sure.
That's always been the problem with him. So, like, I have to find the balance between like the Savant page, which is crazy red, versus
Yeah,
what we've seen. And like maybe that averages out as like a B or a C. And I think the Savant page being so red has me more like B minus. So like B, sure, that's where I am. But
yeah. But it's also like all these advanced metrics are always so hard with like bench players and relievers because every game is just a small sample size.
right, yeah, they don't. I mean, over the course of like the season, he's pretty much gotten 13 innings. It's like 2 starts, right? Like it's harder to tell with the relief pitchers for sure. And overall, let's finish this off with
wait,
what you
wait,
expect.
wait. Before we finish, I want to talk about something after that. But yeah,
Sure. Yeah. So like after we do like this tier list of all the players, where do you put the Phillies for the rest of the year? Like give them a letter on this scale and give us also like a win total that you expect for them this season.
like, yeah. I think we'll be mostly fine. Occasionally haunted the rest of the year. Like we've just seen that we're winning series, but like the ones we lose are either like a shutout or
Right.
what. Uh, and I'm expecting us to be wild card. So I would say 86 wins.
Okay. I'm a little lower than you. I think matchup merchant C tier. I think the Phillies are going to be good against bad teams, bad against good teams, pretty middling across the board, maybe slightly more good than bad. I think that they are going to end up playing something similar to like the 85, 86 win team that I expected them before the season. But they have put themselves in a little bit of a hole, even though they've dug out of a lot of the hole. They're still 3 games under 500, and for that reason, I think they're going to end the season as like a 82, 83 win team, probably just outside of the playoffs. That's where I'm at least.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
what was your point that you were going to bring up?
Okay, we need to talk about Horus Merchant Mickey Moniak.
Okay, please do.
Yeah. So if anyone's aware, it's probably lower now, but coming into today, OPS over 1, 11 home runs, slugging 670, but literally all that is at home. 17 games at home, OPS 1.2. OPS away 6.98. The dude is built for cores. Cores merchant.
And platoon merchant at the same time, right?
Oh yeah, I mean he has 2 homers this year against lefties, but yeah, OPS 1.1 against right-handers, OPS of 571 against lefties. It's just, I see people saying, "Oh, Moniak, blah blah blah." No, he when he was the Angels, he had one great month, and then was terrible, and then was just the care the rest of the year, and then yeah, but he is a cores merchant. He's built. I'm happy he's doing well in cores, but he should not be playing ever outside the cores.
So you're saying that, he might not be one of the best players in baseball because that's how he's played so far this year.
Yeah. The numbers look like it, but it's just cores merchant. This is old school's cores merchant.
Yeah, I kind of am with you. The humidor maybe in place. We might not have the crazy bullshit of cores that we used to have, but nonetheless, it is still there to enough of an extent. So I think that's a great call out, and it was good to see him for a few days here, even though he was not great.
Yeah.
Cool.
I'm trying.
Anything
Let's go to
else?
I'm going 1990. Let's look at Vinny Castilla. Let's look at those splits. Let's still 100 in a row. But yeah, if you just look up pre 2005 road and away, home and away splits for Rockies players is just this is basically that.
It's pretty wild to see. It really is. But anything else that you have for us today, Jeremy?
No, I do not.
Cool. So, with that being said, we will see you all after this upcoming series. Actually, we got to talk about this series a little bit coming up against the Red Sox pitching matchups. Wheeler against TBD. It might be a bullpen game. It's the day that Crochet is eligible to come off the IL, but he is not going to come off the IL. It looks like on Tuesday night. We have Painter against Sonny Gray. Was it Josiah Gray? Sonny Gray on Wednesday night, and then Thursday we have Luzardo against Ranger Suarez. So fun matchup there.
Yeah. Oof. I think we lose 2 out of 3. I don't think our team can hit Ranger.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that.
Soft tossing lefty. They won't. Yeah, I don't think we're gonna hit Ranger. He's gonna know how to tear apart our batters.
I think I'm with you, but I think they win the first 2 games. Like Wheeler against TBD, I'll give the Phillies an edge. And I think that Wednesday it's going to be a slugfest on both sides. Like I think Sonny Gray is the type of pitcher the Phillies kill. The Red Sox probably also were going to kill Painter. And I think the Phillies win like 9-8 or some kind of crazy score like that. And yeah, I think Ranger dominates on Thursday, but the Phillies still take 2 out of 3. That's kind of where I'm at for this series.
Yeah, in 8 starts against the Phillies, Sonny Gray's ERA is 4.65. So, yep.
We'll see. So, thank you so much for joining today, Jeremy.
Anytime.
And thank you, everybody, for listening. We will talk to you again after this series. Hopefully, get something out Thursday night. And yeah, talk to you all then. See ya.
Bye.